on the flow standard operating procedure, how do you actually manage these? Or do you use something like Google Docs to manage your standard operating procedures? How do you think about managing them, updating them? Who's responsible for them? And what does it look like for you?
So I having said all that, I know I'm not 100% perfect, but what is there is working, and it's a constant refinement. And so primarily it's Asana and leveraging their template system for a bulk of tasks. And then within that, there's projects dedicated to more ad hoc things. And so in Asana, you can create a project for perhaps say Facebook ads. If there's certain Facebook issues, for example, points of contact, you can have a support task for that. And then within that, what that looks like is, it's taken me a long time to figure this out. And it's simple in the sense that there's 5 steps involved. And so there's the what, which is a description of the task. And a simple principle that I have of that is starting with a verb to describe that. And so it may be to set up the Facebook pixel in Shopify. And so the setup being the verb, and then that just defines the rest of the process for the action. And then the why. I found the why particularly important in working with someone when you're delegating work, because they may not have any awareness of what's going on. And so the why kind of slots that process, the task, into a bigger picture of how, why that is being done, as well as you can tie it often to some business impact, which I think is good. And then got what previously I only depended on, the how. And this is the nitty-gritty of the steps. And I typically like to just detail, bullet point list what that looks like, rather than depending on any external resources, because things drop out, things change, and you can't update it to suit what works for you.
Sure.
Yeah, and there's minutiae details within the how. Most important ones I reckon business owners should consider is have a saying that any fool should be able to use the flow, but hopefully no fool should, because of who's in your company. But even an expert will be thankful for what you've created.